So to remove the door panel to change the speaker on a 2016 Ford Edge, you're gonna see there's a screw right around here and there's one there. Then this plate right here, this comes off and pry from here. This part first comes out, then over here, this pry from here comes out. So you have a 10mm bolt right there and right there. Start with the top. Bolt right there. And go down here. Same thing. Start from the front. There's two right here. Of those clips. Then undo this guy. Now to remove the front door. That one. There's another one right there. Now you're looking for a 10mm. Where all the switches are, pop that out. See that? Unplug this guy. We're gonna go to the top here. This one right here. Now you're gonna go with 10. Start pulling. This one's a little bit harder. It's got another clip on this side. Same process, you got these wedges, you take it out. So once you have this bolt removed and that one, then you're just gonna, like any other door, just gonna pry this apart. One-handed. It's not that hard. Come up here. There you go. So now when the door comes down, it's going to have a couple of things plugged in. So we're working with this cable here. Take that one off. It's going to be dangling off of the door cable. Now you have the speaker. This speaker, you're going to take it out of here completely. You're going to use the same housing. So you don't want to mess that one up. Gives you a pretty good housing. Now it's got these little clips inside. So you have this little wedge guy right here. Let's see. This is what we're talking about here. So you gotta press it in, and that's it. It comes off, disconnect the speaker, then we go to the front. So here's the speaker in the front. You're gonna get 7mm. The front speaker, you have take everything off, unplug everything. The door panel is gonna be hanging off of this wire, which is the one for the door handle. The actual lever to open the door. So I gotta take this one off of here, and we're using the same 7mm. So you have those little clips. So you want to get one of your wedges or anything, flat tip screwdriver will work. Just press on it, comes right out. So here's the speaker housing. The housing itself is very useful. All the insides, it's not as much. So I'm gonna get this guy, cut him off. You can do this for all 4 speakers. So these are 6.5-inch speakers that we took out, same ones we're putting in. It's a 6.5. It's a little bit smaller than the casing itself. That's why you want to use the casing. Plus it'll bolt right back on. Now these wires here, you want to get as much as you can of these wires. So you're gonna cut this off right here, and then eventually you're gonna break this little plastic thing off of the wire. Just get it off of there. Now that it's loose, we're gonna rip this off of here. When we rip it off, you want to cut this wire down here as far down as possible, because you got to reconnect this to the car, to the new speaker. Cut the little wires really high up. Have this long wire. You're gonna break this plastic off. That kind of came off. Clean this up. Installing these 6.5-inch kicker 300 peak watts, whatever, 6.5. All the speakers are 6.5. Just buy 2 pairs of these. Kicker, 6.5. $52 at Best Buy. Now you don't need to know much, but that's really small and that's bigger. This is the casing. We're gonna get this casing. We're gonna put this where the wires are. You want these wires to be on the same side. You gotta mark where these connectors are. This is where you put the screw in, right here. So you're gonna have to break off some of this plastic all the way around so that it sets in flush. Then you screw them in, and the back side's gonna look like this. Then you have plenty of wire to loop it inside. Get that extra wire and loop it inside those prongs right there. You're gonna just cut these grooves right here. See, all the way around, right in there. Just get a drill bit. You're gonna make little pilot holes. Then you get the screws that it comes with, and you put those inside. So I'm marking the spots that I'm gonna cut off with the soldering iron. Just make a little melt right there. Just another spot right there, and just walk it all the way around, so that makes it easier. Here's the base. You get the speaker. Now it's gonna fit right inside of here. So we're using the box, the old box. Cut a couple lines in there to make this hole bigger, so I can fit the speaker and it'll sit right inside of there while I'm adjusting it. Then we're gonna get the drill these holes all the way around. The last step is to get these screws, put them inside these holes. You don't want to crank it down too much. It's like really soft plastic, so I don't know how much it'll hold if you drill it in there too hard. So get it all the way to the bottom, finishing it off by hand, screwdriver. Make sure it's fully tightened all the way around. It's the same process for all 4 speakers, the same thing to take off all 4 doors. It's just over and over, same thing. Same on both sides. Now once we have this finished, we're gonna turn it around. To protect the face, I'm putting a little cage on there that comes with. Flip it around. Now this extra wire that we had, we're gonna get this wire. We're gonna thread it to these little holes right here. You got free wire to mount with. Then what I did was I made a little knot. So you bring this around, you make a knot, and then I'm soldered it. Made a little knot with it. See the knot? So this one's got a knot. Then we're gonna twist this around. The next step, we're gonna get the soldering iron, solder right here on the knot, somewhere on this wire. Make sure it doesn't move around. Go ahead and administer that medicine. At this point, you should know what to do. So here's the finished product. Do the same process for all 4 speakers. Keep the wire as long as possible. Break off the little plastic pieces. Difference between aftermarket and then the stock ones. Gotta do now, right back in the same way it came out. It's plug and play now. So take this off. Front door. See right where the clips go. Same position. Behind the holes. It's got some little clips in there. Pop it out. Then just put all 3 of these back on and undo everything you just did.